The thing about homemaking is you can either make it a joy or you can make it a burden. More often than not, I used to make it a burden in my own mind. Eventually, I came around to a different mindset, and now I think of it as a joy. Now, don't get me wrong, I do not get super excited about cleaning my house, but I take it in as more of a part of myself. This home that I decorate and clean, and the atmosphere in which I make it for my family has everything to do with me. If I don't feel good, if I feel depressed, then the house reflects that. And if my mind is a mess, my house is a mess, and it's not a great environment for my family to live in, because they don't deserve to live in what it feels like to be inside my head. So I try my hardest, even on hard days, to keep the living area in decent shape. We have a 2-story house, so I usually don't clean both floors at the same time. And I always try to keep the downstairs, where everybody lives their days and we have visitors, clean. Now, if you come and visit me while I am rearranging furniture or doing a deep clean, I am just sorry for what you walked in on. But I do try to take pride in it and make it joyful, because the area we live in really does affect our mood. And it's not just for the other people in my household, it's for myself. Because if the space is nice and clean, it makes me feel better automatically. If it's dirty, then it just makes me just feel more gloom and doom, if you know what I mean. But I really have changed my mindset on this whole thing. And especially when I really dived into my Christian walk, because I am a stay-at-home mom. I haven't always been, but I have been for the last 3 years. And I homeschool. So these things have become part of what I do. I don't work outside the house, but I definitely work inside the house, and the things I do matter. They matter to me, they matter to my family, and you have to take pride in that. Don't let anybody think that because you stay home, you're not good enough and you don't do enough, because you absolutely do. There's so much that we do in order to keep this house decent and try to keep the mood of the family afloat. There's just so much that we do, and nobody even knows except for us. When we're out of soap, who knows that we're supposed to replenish the soap? It's only us. And unless you live in a different kind of environment, but I'm the only one that knows when we need soap, when we need toothpaste, when the towels need washed, just like the minuscule things. We're out of toothpaste. I have to go get deodorant for people. It like so many tiny little things that we do. And it all builds up, and we do plenty. Especially if you homeschool. That's a whole nother job. And if you work outside the home, you can still be a homemaker, because you can still take care of your home. Working women take it upon themselves to work outside the home, bring in money for the home, and be the homemaker. Most of the times, that's just our natural role. That's what we do. When I worked, I also did all of the homemaking. My husband helped here and there, but the main burden of it was on me. So, working woman, stay-at-home woman, it's all the same. We all take care of our homes, and we should not judge each other for it, that's for sure. I know there's a lot of that out there. People acting like why do we want to put other women down if they go to work? We don't know the family situation. We don't know why they work. And it doesn't really matter because it's not your business. And no need to put a woman down for it. And if a woman stays home, also not your business. That is up to her family and what they decide is best. And if it's best for her to stay home, then so be it. It doesn't make one woman any more or less than the other. Now, I'm sure you've seen all of the dust flying around while I'm sweeping and dusting, and you may be thinking, oh my gosh, she never cleans her house. But that is not true. I have to clean this house every single day. I have Australian Shepherds, and they are a mess. We live in an area that has red mud, is what we call it. It's like clay dirt. We live in the Piedmont, the hilly area right before the mountains in North Carolina, and it's just awful. And if they go outside and play and it's a little muddy, it's just, they soak it up like they're a rag and they bring it all into my house. Even if I try to cut it down, if I put towels down, clean feet, it still gets everywhere because it's all in their fur. And I love them. And Australian Shepherds are awesome. But I have never had to dust and sweep so much in my entire life. So don't look at this and think, oh my gosh, look at all that dust. She never cleans. Because I do every single day. Just so that you know the situation that I'm dealing with, it's just a lot sometimes. On to the dining area. This is actually called a breakfast nook. We have 2 official eating places in this house, according to the floor plan. We never use a formal dining room, so that has become my office, and this is the area that we use. It's the only area that we use now for eating. And we have been doing a little bit of remodeling, as you can see, on this wall behind me. And I have just painted the beige wall with the zebra painting on it and put up new decorations. Well, not new. I've had all of this stuff just in one place or another in my house, and some of the things were given to me by my mother because she was getting rid of things in her house. So it's just recycled stuff, and I just rearranged and, but yes, I'm getting rid of all of the gray and all of the white that I had in here because of the dirt and dust and the area that we live in. Having white in your house in this area is just not a very smart thing to do when you have children and dogs. It's just not a good combination. And I know these chairs look awful. You do not have to tell me that. I am going to take my magic eraser to them, but I'm not going to do that on film because I just don't feel like doing that right now. But I do have my magic eraser sitting on my countertop, and it will get done this evening or tomorrow morning. So I know what the chairs look like. That's just another part of this red mud. Oh my goodness, y'all. If I could move from this area, I would. But then I'd have to like take the whole family with me, and that's just not reality, you know. But the struggle is real if you have children and you have dogs. One thing that I have realized since I started staying home again is that when I was working and I was doing my homemaking, I would just kind of rush through the whole thing. I would do the bare minimum. I think it was pretty much just like surface cleaning, because now that I stay home, there's so much more that I do, so much more that I clean and notice, I guess because I'm in the environment so much. And when I was working, I just didn't see these things. I had too much on my mind. But now, there's just so much more that I clean. This kitchen is not completely finished. My whole downstairs in this back area of the house still needs some work. So you see the gray in the kitchen, in the backsplash, that has to go. And my tile needs redone. So that'll come eventually. I'm not exactly sure when we're gonna do that, but it is on my list of things that I need to finish in order to get this area complete. And I want to get rid of these gray floors as well, because dirt shows on them too good. So I think a tile with a brown and, I don't know, just something that doesn't show dirt quite as good as gray. I'm not doing a deep clean of this kitchen right now. I'm just wiping down the countertops and sweeping the floors. I have a project over on the countertop that I can't move, so I can't really do a whole lot of cleaning in that area. I don't want to spray cleaner or chemicals or bump it or move it around too much. This is the project that I have. I am making my son chess pieces out of epoxy resin, and I need that to sit. I did that this morning, so I can't move it right now. This is the chessboard that I made him. It is sitting beside of a wooden chessboard that my father-in-law made, and these are my chess pieces. But my son wanted different pieces that matched his board better. And this is a quick view of the house. It's still in process, almost done, but not quite. I used things from my house that were in other places or that I had in the garage, and I just redid everything. This all used to be gray, and I had white curtains, and it's just a whole change. So this is where I am at this moment. And there is my bluebell. She is not one of the Aussies. She's hanging out on the sofa. And just like my bluebell here, I am out. I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.